A lot has changed this past year, but one thing hasn't. Consumers still love their pizza. As you pivot to meet the new challenges of food service, Ardent Mills can work with you to tap into that love and make your crust the best it can be. After all, we're more than a leading source of trusted flour brands, mixes, and custom solutions. We're a resource for pizza operators like you. We're ready to support you with high-performing pizza flours, blend and mixes, unparalleled technical expertise, R&D innovation, and long-term contract pricing. And today, as always, we're here to help you grow and thrive. We invite you to check out the Pizza Hub to learn more and request a sample.
And welcome back to Checking In With. I am your host, Denise Greer, and with me today is Creative Director Josh Keown. Hey, Josh.
Hello, Denise. There's a vacuum going on upstairs, so I'm just going to be on mute for just a few minutes. So.
No worries. No worries at all. Okay, so usually we actually introduce guests from around the United States, but today we're going a little further north to Winnipeg, Manitoba, Canada, and we are talking with Tommy Schneider from Tommy's Pizza. Hey, how are you doing this morning?
I'm great, thanks. How are you doing?
Oh, first of all, belated happy birthday.
Yeah,
it was your birthday a couple days ago, so happy birthday.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah, man. So give us the rundown. What's going on with the business, and how, we're very curious to see what's happening COVID-wise north of the border.
Yeah, sure. So in end of September, maybe early October, they made us close dine-in. The government forced us to close dine-in. And we just opened up 3 weeks ago. So, and mostly it's just, I have a nice patio at my restaurant, luckily. Otherwise, I would not have a lot of guests coming in. But, it's been okay the last few weeks due to our patio.
Oh, wow. Now, how's your dine or carry out and delivery? Do you have that going on with the business?
Yeah, so I never really wanted to do pick up and delivery just because I wasn't sure how the quality would travel. Yeah. So I was forced to switch to pick up and delivery model in October. And, it wasn't terrible. It wasn't, it wasn't great, but it wasn't terrible. It kept us afloat. Yeah. And, as a result, we do still have a lot of pick up and delivery as well as the dine-in now. So, on our Fridays and Saturdays, we're hitting, numbers that we never used to hit before. So that's something positive out of this.
Tell us about that dough, though. What's your dough like? Okay. And did you have to modify it for delivery and carry out?
So the only thing I modified for delivery and carry out is I turned the temperature down in my pizza ovens. Mm-hmm. So that, it cooks longer, which means it'll hold longer. Mm-hmm. But, perfect crust pizza liners really make a difference. And the incredible bags that I use, they also have heating elements. So I made sure I have that because it's really cold here in the winter.
Oh, I can imagine.
To like minus 40 Celsius or colder, right?
Yeah,
so,
wow.
I got to try everything I can to keep the pizzas warm to get it to the customers.
Yeah, as soon as you walk out the door, it's like it's game time. So you have to,
Yeah.
Oh, wow, that's insane. That is so fun. So let's talk about your pizza menu, because you do something fun, and a lot of people actually probably recognize a lot of the names on your pizza menu. So tell us a little bit about that awesome pizza menu.
Sure, not a lot of people in Winnipeg recognize the names, but
right.
But the industry, we do.
I instantly recognize it.
Yeah. So the pizzas are named after all my teammates on the World Pizza Champion team.
Yeah.
That's so much of my inspiration. And, I did Tony's class 2 times. So I got all my inspiration to do what I do. And whenever I just hang out with them and we go on trips and compete and stuff, I always come back with some awesome, great ideas, and the inspiration is just flowing. So every day I see those names, I just try to keep my inspiration going. So.
Someday I have to have the Scotty Smokovich at some point.
That's amazing.
Say I've had that pizza. So
what's the most popular on that menu? What's the best?
So our most popular is usually the Tommy Special and the Scotty Smokovich. I would say.
And what's on the Scotty Smokovich, just for the people, so that if they don't have to look on the menu?
It's pepperoni sausage, whipped ricotta, oregano, parm.
Mm-hmm.
I think that.
Yeah. Whipped cheeses have become huge. Like I've been seeing, I was like, maybe we need to do something on whipped cheeses because people are whipping cheeses all over the place now.
Yeah, it tastes so great.
You went to Italy and you brought home a pretty big prize for Canada. Tell us about that experience a little bit. I think a lot of people probably have never competed internationally before.
Yeah, so there's like a lot of people when you go there. It's pretty intimidating, and you're all in one small room preparing to jump on the competition floor. And it was a really great experience. It's a little different than, Vegas and Atlantic City. There's a judge watching you all the time, so that's a little nerve-wracking. Yeah, it turned out it went pretty well. I brought all the ingredients from Winnipeg to the competition.
Mm-hmm.
It ended up being good for me. So.
Yeah, how does that, that kind of a trip? I mean, to Vegas it's not so bad, but what, to Italy, what kind of preparation goes into getting all those ingredients there and getting them there correctly?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, we actually, as a team, we go a lot earlier than the competition. So we got to make sure we have coolers. We got to make sure we find fridges for our stuff. I bring beer from Winnipeg too, so I got to make sure that stays at the proper temperature the best I can.
Right.
So that goes in my dough.
That might be most important. So
yeah. I love it.
Yeah.
So you did a beer dough. What was the pizza that you took to Italy? What did you?
It was actually the Tommy Special. So it
was the Tommy Special.
Now.
Oh, wow. That's amazing. And when you came back, did you see just a huge surge after? Because I saw a lot of news articles that featured you.
Yeah. So that was when I still had my other restaurant inside a Trans-Canada Brewing Company, Timmy Tom's. So that really, made the sales surge there. And it kept the momentum going for when I opened my next one.
Oh, yeah.
So it was really good. Yeah.
When did you open the Tommy's Pizzeria?
So Tommy's Pizzeria, which is now my only location, my only restaurant, it opened in January of last year, January 17th. And then I closed 2020. And then I had to close March 17th for 3.5 months. It wasn't even as bad then, the pandemic. We didn't have very many cases, but everyone thought it was a big deal. So I stayed closed for 3.5 months. I was living with my mom at the time, so I didn't want to take any chances. So we just stayed closed until literally the day after my renovations on my house was ready to go. So.
Yeah. Now I know in the US we had like PPP loans available and things like that. Were there opportunities for you in Canada to get some assistance while you were closed or to help you get reopened?
So they did offer us a loan of $60,000 where we got to keep $20,000 of it. So I'll probably start paying that back next year. But, the government's helping a little bit.
Yeah.
Not as I would like to see. It's been very difficult. I had to go a lot more in debt than I was planning. But the business is still there. It's surviving, and I'm almost breaking even. So that's all I can ask for right now.
Absolutely. Now, how's it moving forward? Are you able to project and kind of plan and move forward, and what's that look like for you?
Usually in the restaurant, you can see your trends and you'll have a pretty good idea of what your sales are going to be that week based on the weather, based on the time of the month, based on which month of the year. But right now, every single week, our restrictions are changing. We just had new ones announced yesterday, and our cases are going up. So, every week is different. It's so hard to tell. I bring in more staff because I'm like, hey, it's going to be a great week. We're going to be busy. Yeah. But then people are too scared to come out. So I just have them standing around and I'm wasting labor. So, it's very hit and miss. Every single week is different. And a week that you think is going to be really busy is really slow. And a week that you think is going to be slow, it ends up being really busy.
Wow. That's tough.
It's just a roller coaster ride. Just gotta hang on, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh man. Now, are you experiencing, in the US, we're experiencing an extreme worker shortage. I mean, it is closing restaurants. They're not able to operate in traditional operating hours. Are you experiencing that up there at all?
So here we have something called CRB, which gives, a person, I think $1,900 a month or something.
Mm-hmm.
So the problem I'm having right now is my entire staff is on CRB. And when you're on CRB, you can only work 20 hours a week.
Oh, ouch.
So I'm only open 20 hours. I'm open a little more than 20 hours a week. But that's all I can be open right now because they're making more money with the CRB working half the amount of time than if they were working 40 hours.
Yeah. Now, would you be able to kick that up and like overstaff so that you can still maintain normal operating hours?
I would then have to hire a whole new staff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I kept 24 out of 27 employees throughout the pandemic. So that was really important to me. So that was
That's
great.
Really good.
Servers became drivers.
Mm-hmm.
When we weren't open for dine-in, and now they're starting to be the servers again. So that's good. But yeah, I would have to hire a whole new staff and train them, and that costs money. And then you're opening up more people into your little bubble, right? Where, we take everyone's temperature every day. We have to fill out a form every day, making sure everyone is feeling okay and they don't have any symptoms. So it's just already a lot of extra work, to bring in a whole other staff and train them, just to have to let them go once people go off curb. I don't think that's fair.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
That's true.
But I would like to be open more, I need to be open more, but this is just what, the reality of what we have to do is.
Yeah. Is there, we've had kind of that light at the end of the tunnel here where we're, things are starting to open back up. Are you beginning to see it? I know you said the cases are going up, is there, or is it just, we're still in the depths?
We are. I do not see an end in sight, unfortunately.
Yeah.
You guys are lucky. I think we're at age 50 for the Pfizer vaccine, and for the AstraZeneca, I think we're at 40 still, and that just recently dropped to 40. So, yeah.
Yeah.
So you're a couple more months out for sure.
Sure. Every week they just keep giving us new restrictions, and so currently you're not allowed to have anyone at your house, no guests, and you're not even allowed to have anyone in your backyard. Wow. So that's really tough when you live alone.
Yeah, I understand. I've lived alone through the pandemic as well, so it definitely gets hard. Well, let's talk about something that I know that you're super creative when it comes to pizza making. Have you been able to be creative and kind of keep those juices flowing as far as your creativity goes? Planning for upcoming maybe competitions, maybe not this year if you're not able to cross the border.
Yeah, that's another thing. I don't know if I'll be able to cross the border to go to Pizza Expo, and if I can, we have to do a 2-week quarantine when we come back, and you have to stay in a government hotel for 3 days.
Wow.
So,
I love Pizza Expo, but I don't know if it's worth that.
I really, really want to go, but I don't know if I can afford to take 2 weeks off of work for a 4-day trip.
Yeah.
So as much as I would love to, but I forget the question. Oh, the creativity.
The creativity.
Yeah, it's been difficult. You go to work every day and you're losing money. It's just very hard to focus on anything else. So that's something I've been struggling with, but I think I'm starting to come out of that shell a little bit. I'm about to launch Chicago Deep Dish. So I'm excited for that. And we do have a pizza week coming up here in the first week of May. So I guess that's probably next week. And so we definitely had some fun trying to come up with some pizza ideas for that, me and my team. So, we had a lot of great pizzas out of that, and we picked the best one. So.
Oh, cool. Very cool. What about that Chicago, you started a Chicago Deep Dish. What's it like to launch that type of a new product? Kind of what went into the research and how did you get that launched?
Sure. So I learned how to do it at Tony's school. And it's definitely taking me a lot longer to launch than I want. I just want to make sure it's as good as it can be.
Mm-hmm.
So it's taken actually a couple months to perfect it. I have to figure out how I'm going to cook it in the oven because it cooks at a way less temperature than what I cook my regular pizzas at.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just struggling with that. But it's got there, and I'm pretty excited to launch it soon.
That's awesome. I know I visited Roccos maybe in Tucson, and they were having the same problem, and they actually bought a device that they put into the middle of their deep dish that basically sped up the process of the cooking in the middle. Don't know if that's a possibility, but it was a neat thing to see that they kind of sped up the process with using kind of an heated induction kind of device in the middle. But it was kind of cool. So is there a big following for a Chicago style deep dish in your area? Or is it just something, hey, we're just going to bring it and get the demand?
I think that's what I'm going to try to do. I don't think anyone else in Winnipeg does it.
Yeah.
And when I launched the Detroit pizzas, no one in Winnipeg did that either.
Mm-hmm.
So I just think I'm trying to always just try to come up with new innovative ideas that other places aren't doing. I want to be different than every other place. So.
How did Detroit? How did that go? Launching in the Detroit and then the popularity of the Detroit.
It was a little slower at the beginning. I only make 30 a day, 15 medium, 15 larges, and in the last couple of months, it's just really picked up. I'm starting to sell out every day now, so that's really exciting. And more people are trying it. They've never had it before, and they're really enjoying it. So that's awesome.
Are you going to max out the Chicago as well? Like, have a certain number that you're going to do each day?
Yeah, I think it's going to be a lot lower. I'm going to start with 5 each day and then eventually get up to 10.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right. Josh, you got any final questions?
No, I mean, like I said, I was going to say, I hope to see you at Expo, but I completely understand if you're not there this year.
Yeah. No. I'm going to try really hard. If I have to drive, I'll drive. If the border opens,
Yeah, if the border opens.
I have a helicopter. I'll just come in and get you there.
Pick you up.
Nobody knows you're gone.
I'll meet you at the border.
We do know somebody with a plane. But well, thanks for taking a couple minutes and coming on the show and talking to us about what's happening. And good luck. And we're going to be sending you the best wishes to that the process speeds up for you guys and that you get a little bit of relief up there.
Thanks, guys. I really appreciate that.
All right.
Well, good talking to you, Tommy.
Take care.
You too.
And we'll hopefully see you soon. Take care. All right. Bye-bye.